Today's daily and weekly charts, bullish and bearish breaks. Market had a little rest day today. Real hard to find any longs after that one little spurt we had, pretty much down and sideways grind most of the day. Real hard to find any good trades other than a few shorts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter at Daytrader Setups and on StockTwits as well at Daytrader Setups. And you'll see this red subscribe button 9 minutes from the end of the video. From that point on is a tutorial that explains the recap grids and some about our chart. So when we show a chart, you'll understand what we're talking about. Other than that, if you understand it all, you don't need to watch the last 9 minutes. Not much going on today. Pretty much a little inside day here. Gapped up, slight bleed all day long. There's your Dow. Get a look here at the S&P. Same thing, a little doji candle. Did have an up day instead of a down day overall, but did close below the open. And same thing on the SP 500, little doji, slightly higher high. No real big pullback. We could still see a pullback here to the 50. It wouldn't surprise me to wake up with a gap down that sells hard into the 50 and holds it. That would be a great day because we'll probably get a great bounce off of that. Today's just a rest day. It may gap up tomorrow and continue on up. May open right here and continue on up and not even go back here. Still very possible. Just bringing that to your attention. These were the daily bull breaks today. We had another 30 some odd stocks to the list, it looks like, and most of these were gappers. A lot of them were. Some pretty big days in here. FedEx was a nice run. That whole sector ran pretty good. I didn't look at FSLR today. Yeah, it was a gapper. The Home Depot had a great day off of some kind of announcement they made this morning. A real big quick run up. Was tradable if you were on top of it. I didn't see it, nor did I catch the news about the 1,000 techs they hired. So some good movers, especially early, and then it's pretty much a grind to a sideways movement down most of the day. Really, really, really thin volume today. So you had to find the stocks that had some volume or making some moves to doing a good day trading. A lot of stocks did continue up today. A lot of stocks that are moving are not moving in big increments, but they're moving in the right direction. They're following the trend that they've set themselves up into. This was today's numbers. This is about 9:30 this morning. Just went into a pretty much sideways chop. Got this one little bounce here, which is right here on the shorter time frame. From somewhere about 10 after 10, it looks like it started up and ran up somewhere around 11:20. So we had a little hour and 15 minute little run right there. And other than that, it was sideways and down most of the day. This is AD line, and the market kind of just chopped along with it. Never was really any good longs at all from that point on. And there were some good shorts that really took a long time to grind their way down, but they continued to sell off. And a lot of them just pulled back to levels they should have held at. So nothing real exciting in the markets. That was a intraday chart of the SP 500. There's that run up we were talking about on the AD lines, and market courts followed. And this is all you did all afternoon. Just worked your way back down and sideways. Never really a threat to a sell-off, anything like that. Here's your bull break stocks for the daily. Your weekly bulls. Some of these stocks you can see, some of them have been there over a day. A lot of not very big moves here, just grinding up. I guess TZ had a great day yesterday. A little day today. May have a big day again tomorrow. And that's kind of exactly the market just rested. So take those stocks that were working yesterday and make you a list for tomorrow. If we get a good run up, those are the stocks you want to go to. ACIA still continues to grind down on this weekly. And here's your weekly bulls we just looked at. I'm sorry. There's your one bear break to the downside on IRBT. Get those recaps in here. It might be a little bit more interesting to look at. Nothing on the bears really, mostly bulls, and see what we got there. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Little P&L update here, just a small list of stocks I just loaded. This is using our bigger trend trade, which your lower trend factors you want to use for day trading and so forth. So this is our 50 factor intermediate. All of these are uptrending, and these are where they broke at. This just is above the level. The level here, this is the current price in today, greater than the 50. I use this to try to find stocks that are downtrending, but the price has crossed my 50 line, so I can look for setups. But I'm letting you take a look here at the P&L on these. Got a $9 P&L since this broke here back on the 13th in the afternoon at 172 on Intuit. This is Costco. It actually broke out way down here on the 29th. It's when we really made our crossover. And then it did a little, just enough down draw here to take it out of that green zone. From where it triggered again on the 13th, it's up 822. It actually triggered down here around 184, which is another $4. This was the real trade down here. This was a little sideways movement there when the market had a down day. Chart of NetApp here, we broke this right at the end of the day. It closed on the 4th, 62.53. That's up $6.69. That's a 10% move. The next morning it gave you that nice little pullback right into this near the line here, held where it's supposed to. Every day it's done the same thing, holds the line right where it's supposed to. This is how you use our STS pivot charting system to manage your trades. You take your trade and you As long as you're holding your levels, you hold your trade. This is a swing trader's paradise, really good for option trading. Takes the emotions out of your trading, may put you in the stock way before you consider it otherwise. Something like this particular 50 algo we run, if you're running this on NVIDIA, it'll treat this thing like it's a 20-cent chart. It'd just be all over the place. You got to pick the right algo for the right chart, but the 50 works in most cases. Your big high ATR stocks, you have to step it up to the next level. This last one I'm going to show you. You can see the list here. These are the P&L from the time these lines are drawn on the chart. This is called a trend shift pivot zone. What we're looking for is when you got a sideways stock like this is chop. When you've got a downward movement, you've got a downtrend. A trend shift is a pivot of change of direction. And you can see if you drew a trend line, you would be crossing a trend line at this time. And that's why we call it the trend shift pivot zone. You want to be able to find a downtrend, a significant downtrend, not a sideways movement like you have back here. You get your downtrend, you got your crossover, and I want you to notice we don't call this long back here. Now this was actually from $77 to $81 bounce. Then it turned around and retraced back to 77. We don't call it long way up here. Now at this time we were predicting with this little yellow box all that time from right here all the way down as it came back down to right about here. That entire time our system was predicting 2 algo moves up, which was an additional, it's a 50 algo, so that's additional 50 cents times 2. That's another dollar move up. So right here, had it gone another dollar, it would have shifted this to green. As it came down 50 cents, it lowered the trigger price 50 cents. As it came down another 50 cents, it lowered the trigger price another 50 cents. As long as this yellow box, yellow line here stayed on this chart, it was showing a box right here on the chart, long watch 2x at, and gave you the exact price to the penny. Now finally, as it got far enough down, it went away. There was no longer a prediction box here because it was too far down and it wasn't predicting the crossover at that point within 2 factors. When it started back up and got right back here, it came back up and the green came up. It actually gave a 1x trigger price right here. If it went another 50 cents, it was going to turn this green. It did not go another 50 cents. It pulled back. When it pulled back this 50 cents, it still maintained 50 cent back up, we go long. So it adjusted itself again and predicted the price at 79.29 right on the chart. Broke out there on the 28th day of March, and this stock has moved $5.13 since then. This is how you swing trade our system. It's right on the chart for you. It predicts the price before it triggers. It adjusts the price accordingly as it needs to. Takes the total emotions out of the trade. Keeps you from getting long before you get this $5 pullback. How many times have you gotten a stock and then got stopped out to see it do this? Our system predicts that it's not ready to go long. Now, I can't tell you it's not going up another dollar and going long. I can tell you what we teach is if it goes another dollar up, way up here, it's probably going to come back here before it advances. We do teach that if it's over 3 algos out above the line, to expect a pullback before you get involved. This is perfect when it's already done the breakout and pull back. This is absolutely perfect setup. If it does the big run up, take it on the pullback here. And you've seen several charts where it pulls back and just continues to hold the lines. You can use that day trading as well on these bigger ATR stocks. Yesterday, NVIDIA, all day long, bounced off the line, bounced off the line. Thanks for watching our video. We got our recaps coming up here. Little bone for our non-subscribers on the ABBV here. We put this long at 92.64 on the 16th, and it's just grinding along. It's holding where it's supposed to hold each day. Not a great day trader. These are dollar and a half moves here, back and forth, chopping around with the market and slowly making higher highs and higher lows. The reason I'm sharing this is our bigger factor chart that's basically predicted this huge sell-off here of about, looks like that was about $25. It's finally leveling off here. This is that uptrend you just saw, and it's kind of hanging in here. It's not turned into green zone. It did try at one point right here, so it's probably very near. I think it's probably a $2 away from shifting this to green zone, and it'll plot on the chart at that time that we're taking a bigger look to the upside. Doesn't mean this doesn't pull back again down into this area before it goes. If it were to gap down and go right down to this level here and then head back up, that would be actually a positive thing. AbbVie's grinding sideways on this consolidation here on the daily. Got the 200-day right here. Tested that this morning. My little lower pivot line went out and hit that for the low of day within a nickel. And a nice little day back up off the bottom. Not a huge day. Right here at the highs of these last two candles right here, right where we're at within 2-3 cents. Here's your 50-week down here. Nice little formation here. Stock, I believe, setting up to regain some momentum to the upside. Got held up there for a minute. These are your bears. Not much to see here. The ones that are bearish are staying bearish. Looked at DTS for a trade today. Super thin. Never did even try to trade. It didn't go down much anyway. Really thin stock for day trading purposes. AAP had another pretty bad day today. It's not still in the bear zone, but it was here 4 days ago. Get a look at those bulls. You got the 28 we had on the earlier list we already looked at there, and these are your yesterday. Those 62 stocks here. Day before, 24 stocks. They all are maintaining momentum. Some are not above their bull zone level that was surpassed yesterday. So many of these little resting day stocks, that don't mean they don't continue on up. APD did continue up a little slight today. AVGO had a down day today. A lot of stuff had a down day, a little rest day today. All these stocks, especially the ones with the check marks, are still in play. And many times you'll see with my yellow line that they'll break right back out after a day or two of rest. So still a very much intact list. If the market continues up, there's no reason these stocks should not. Like I say, a lot of them had a rest. CMI had a really nice day today. Here's a perfect example of what I just said. You got a great breakout 3 days ago. Third day it's been on the list. Great breakout day, gapped up yesterday, sold off, resumed that today, bam. 200 day was your little issue there. Pulled back to that 200 day this morning, opened up. Low of day was 71 cents, 79 was your 200 day. You're already in your bull zone. You got your momentum, and boom, there's your big monster day. So it don't have to be the next day. That's what I'm talking about on some of these hesitating today. And this in a hesitating market day, there's a great trade off this list from 2 days ago. And many of the others didn't have big days like that. A little rest. ECL had another big day. This thing's been on here 3 days now. Big boom here. Originally, now the bull zone's way up here. It was way down here when it broke out. This stock right now, since we broke it, on the bull trigger at 143.22. It's up $6.62 from where we broke it. Now you could be running these same scans for yourself with our pivot system. You don't have to trade our pivot system like I just showed you on AVV. The bull zone and bear zone scanners are built into that charting system. You can scan any list of stocks you want to scan. Weekly bull breaks, daily bull breaks, you can scan it on a 1 hour. It's all built in. The scanners are pre-built. You just load your symbol list in. Slide these down and you can get a look at the rest of this list. Make sure I don't cut you off here on this one's pretty long. To do 2 stages on this one. Trying to see if there's a big mover in here. XCC, another big day. Win had another big day. Monster day, prime example again. 3rd day on the list. Breaks into the bull zone. Rest at the 50-day. There's your big monster day. $4.65 today. VMW, another example. Of course, this was mostly gap. It broke up 2 days ago and just keeps going. I'm sliding this list down so that you can pause this video and get a look at all these stocks, and you can go look at them on your charts. That's the purpose in doing the recap here. And we're going to take a look at these 4 and 5 day ones down here. Not many of those left. FFIV, a little resting day here today. Had a couple of big days. Another example showed up on the list 4 days ago. Rested a day, and yesterday had a big monster day. CI has been going up all week. A little down day yesterday. This one's very hard to day trade. It's pretty thin, but it's been trying to work its way up after that big sell-off several weeks ago. This stock's been on here all week, just slowly grinding its way up. It's got a little resistance right here. That winds up the recap. Thanks for watching our video. Go over to our website, check out Ninja Trader. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 Charting, and you can learn more about our STS Pivot System Charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same where we triggered it at. That number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit. Pull back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line it represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or bear chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here, something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is the line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. that was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.